time my alarm goes off, I think to myself, wow, previous self, you overzealous little prick. You set your alarm for 6:30. Do you get off having delusions of grandeur, thinking you'd actually rise at such an ungodly hour? Yep. Typical chit-chat from the past tense. Then I hit snooze just to spite the past. Sleep another 5 minutes, and cycle begins. See, the problem about setting your alarm for so early in the morning is that in those first abominable seconds of consciousness, you always think you have more time left to sleep. So you keep putting off all those things that you know you need to do. You'll take a rush morning in exchange for a few extra morsels of sleep. Morsels? Man, I just made sleep sound like a cookie. Anyway, that's where the snooze button comes in. To some people, snoozing is deemed a slothful practice, but to the veteran snoozist, snoozing is actually a very strategic barter system. For example, in this small act, I've exchanged my morning coffee for 5 extra minutes of sleep. Breakfast. Shaving. Showering. Okay, relax. I'm an experienced snoozist. Besides, I heard somewhere you should only shower like every other day. It's better for your hair or something. Then again, that's been my excuse for not showering since last week. But you get my point, right? Snoozing. It's a flawless system. You just slide down the pyramid of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Brush teeth. Hello, morning breath. 5 more minutes of sleep, though, right? It's for the greater good. Dress for class. Wait a second. As in wearing clothes? Damn you, snooze button! Hi. My name is Tom Crow. I'm an aspiring writer. I'm also skipping my creative writing class. Good morning, Felix. Well, what are you doing so early? I thought that you were going to sleep in this morning.
8 times, Tom? You hit the snooze button 8 frickin' times?
Word of advice. Use the snooze button in moderation. It tends to have adverse effects on light sleepers. Meet my sweet mate, Felix. If you couldn't tell, we're quite close.
Why do you know it?
Felix, that is Margot.
Who?
Margot, the girl I've been telling you about from my creative writing class.
Oh, yeah. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Felix, do you remember that list that I made last summer?
No.
My perfect woman. English major, 5'6", long caramel blonde hair.
Caramel? Are you talking about a girl or a dessert here?
Felix, I'm serious. It's her.
the pleasure of dispelling your delusional ideologies. There's no such thing as love.
Yes, there is. It's just that most men are chumps and aren't patient enough to do anything about it. So they just pass up their own destinies and settle. Felix, God pulled a rib from Adam to create Eve. Don't you think he'd do the same for you and me?
Adam was the sole human being on planet Earth. When Eve came into the picture, she was sort of the one by default. There are 3.2 billion women on this Earth. Can you seriously tell me that you believe God made one of them specifically for you?
Okay, 3.2 billion minus the underage and married ones, yeah.
More than the old.
My point is, you narrow it down, you match up all the remainders with their respective mates, and you're left with the one.
But what if you don't match them up? You're left with several possibilities, several destinies, waiting to be lived out. Tom, you can have a future with any girl.
Yeah, but only if you believe the future is unfixed. But what if there's only one way anything was ever meant to be? Then you're only meant to be with one girl.
Ah, but you already said that there are chumps out there who are passing up their destiny. How can you pass up your destiny if it's set in stone?
Okay, so maybe they didn't pass it up per se. Maybe since they were chumps to begin with, settling wasn't really settling at all. Mediocrity was what they were looking for the whole time.
You want to know what I think, Tom? I think you're going to end up worse off than any of those chumps. You see, all the girls that you passed up because they weren't the one are just going to end up haunting you in the end. You'll be left with nothing. A lonely old bachelor, visited by the ghosts of girlfriends past.
Well, I'd rather die alone, true to myself, than live in uncertainty with someone else.
So this Mary girl, you know, well, you think she's the one?
Yeah, I do.
And destiny is set in stone?
Correct.
Well, talk to her then.
What?
Talk to her.
Now!
Why not? I mean, despite the flaws in your romantic worldview, you got something I don't. A future with no mistakes. I mean, you can't mess this up, can you? So you just talk to her, and if she's not the one, you're just getting closer to destiny.
Felix, I don't know if now is the right time.
What do you mean now's not the right time? Everything in your predetermined fairy tale is the right time.
Okay, then fine. I will talk to her. Not do this.
What do you mean you can't do it? What do you mean you don't know what to say? You could talk about the weather, and it'd be the romantic equivalent of a troubadourian poem.
If she's the one.
And if she's not, you're just narrowing down the options.
Just give me a second, okay?
Nah, Destiny's got this.
Destiny, no.
Hey, Margot, right? This is my friend Tom. He's got something to say to you.
Sorry, hey, I'm Tom.
Yeah, I know you. You're in my creative writing class, right?
Yeah, I am.
Or did you drop it? I haven't seen you there in a while.
No, I haven't dropped. I skipped a few times, that's all.
Actually, you skipped 7 times.
Well. It appears that Miss Margot has been keeping a thorough record of my attendance. I wonder why.
Dr. Esson assigned us as partners a few weeks ago, so it was kind of hard to ignore your absences.
Oh, partners. Sorry, partners for what?
The group project. Oh, don't worry, I did the whole thing and turned it in last week.
Wow. Thanks for doing that.
No worries. I just gave you a 0 on your peer evaluation.
Oh. Look, I should probably explain. The reason I've been skipping classes, I've had
You're a
this.
snoozist, aren't you?
A what?
A snoozist?
Oh, of course I'm not.
You press the snooze button a lot.
She reads me like a book. Well, yeah,
greasy, unkempt hair from the lack of showers, bad breath, late to class, or just not at class at all.
Well, yeah, but I mean, who takes creative writing seriously, though? I mean, they're practically giving out A's in that class. I don't want to give you the wrong impression here. It's not that I completely blow the class off. I mean, here, take yesterday, for example. I started working on the short story assignment.
Short story assignment? The one that was due today?
Okay, so I completely blow the class off. How much of a grade was that worth?
Well, 30%.
God have mercy on my soul. This is probably going to sound really strange, but I feel like I came over here hoping to find destiny, and it kind of feels like I found fate. And it's kind of painful.
Wow. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
You do?
Yes. Destiny is such a strange thing, isn't it? You're gonna laugh, but I used to believe in one day finding the one.
Laugh? Are you kidding me? I've been the one.
Oh, really? Then Tom, you need to hear this.
No, let me guess. You're going to say there's no such thing as the one.
No, there definitely is. What I was going to say is that I'm not the one who will find him.
He'll find you.
No, Tom. We'll discover each other. You want to know a secret?
Yeah.
Life isn't about finding what you wanted. It's about discovering. Discovering what you needed but didn't know you needed.
Do you want to go to dinner with me?
Excuse me?
I know this is probably coming on a little bit fast here, but I mean, obviously you feel this too, right?
Tom, I am so sorry. I hope you didn't misread all this. I can't go on a date with you.
Sorry, why not? Is there someone else?
No.
You're a high schooler.
I know.
You succumb to fanciful dreams of monastic celibate life. Well, then what? I don't get it.
Okay. You're just not husband cute.
What?
Husband cute?
No, come again, please.
Okay, husband cute.
Could you be a little more vague, maybe? I don't know.
Okay, I have a list. Athletic, strong chin, ambitious, and snoozing. Well, no offense, Tom, but it's kind of a deal breaker.
Wait, I thought that you just told me that destiny is all about discovering. Yeah, well, for a discoverer, you have an absurdly specific list.
Look, Tom, I think you're a real neat guy. So there's this girl I want you to meet. She's really nice. I could set you two up on a blind date. It might be fun. Here, I'll give you her number.
How does a girl flirtatiously set you up on a blind date with another girl? Like this, apparently.
I gotta go. But about your paper, Dr. Eslin has office hours till 5 today. I'm sure you could charm her into giving you an extension.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, seriously though, talk to her. Well, see you around, kiddo.
Husband cute? What does that even mean?
Seriously, Felix? Have you no shame?
Of course not.
How long were you listening?
Long enough. Tom, I have 3 questions for you. Answer them carefully. Years of psychological study hang in the balance here. And was she extremely articulate, giving you unwavering eye contact?
Yeah, now that I think about it.
Okay. Now, was she condescending, but smiled as she did it, so you weren't sure if she was patronizing you or trying to flirt?
Yeah.
Final question, Tom. Now, this is very important, so I need you to be honest. Did she crush your heart, but leave you feeling inspired at the end of the conversation?
Yes!
She's good. She's very good.
Good. Good at what?
Well, Tom, your interactions with this Maggie creature,
Margot?
whatever, they've laid to rest all my conjectures on a new theory I'm working on.
theory. Felix, I don't want to hear another one of your stupid theories.
Tom, you do know what this means, don't you?
Yeah, I just got rejected by the one, and I'm probably failing my creative writing class.
No, Tom! Good God, man! Pull yourself together! You'll need all your wits about you, because you, my friend, have encountered the type A personality.
Type what?
Yay.
You lost me.
Well, you see, it's a very rare personality type. Well, extinct, I believe, till you recounted your tale to me. And you see, contrary to popular belief, there's not just type A or type B. No, there's a third type. More terrible than the mind can fathom. An intolerable, intensely overachieving optimist. Type A.
You've done research on this?
Well, experimental research, yeah. You see, it was September 3rd, 2007. It was in my AP Psych class. Well, now my peers, they tried to warn me, but I believed that if anyone could date a type A, it was me. Tom, I'm a pessimist. I imagined the worst, and I was still wrong.
And Margot, you think that she's type A?
Well, it's obvious, isn't it? She counted the times you were late to class. She undermined you for being a snoozist. She offered you life advice like you were her son. Not to mention, she kindly advised you to go see Dr. Esplin. She belittled you with terms like kiddo, said, see you around. Well, dirtiest trick in the book. Tear you to shreds, then give you a morsel of hope to tease your tortured soul.
Horses.
I just made hope sound like a cookie.
She's just a nice, upbeat girl, and, so what if she's a perfectionist? That's what I like about her. She's probably way out of my league. Snoozy lose, right? Anyway, I'm going to take her chance, and I'm going to get this extension. I'm going to get the extension on the paper and talk to Dr. Esplin.
This isn't finished, Tom. This is only the beginning. She'll be the end of you, Tom. The end of you here.
Dr. Esplin?
Oh, Tom!
Dr. Esplin, I was wondering if I could maybe get an extension on the short story assignment.
An extension? Oh, Tom.
So there's something you should know about Dr. Esplin. Some students describe her as odd, quirky, eccentric. The truth is she's off her damn rocker. Don't get me wrong, I love Essie. I think that she's brilliant. But sometimes sanity is the price you pay for brilliance. And old Essie, she paid dearly for it. Yes.
I can't just give you an extension like that. I mean, we've been working on this project since the beginning of time.
I know, and I had a bad piece of writer's block, but I need you to give me a chance. I think I have an idea.
You're a good writer. When you write. But you've already missed several projects, 2 homework assignments, and you've been absent to my class. 7 times? I want to give you this extension because I know that you have potential, Tom, but at the same time, I just can't have you abuse my grace.
I know. I deserve a 0 on this assignment. But the reason I haven't turned anything in yet is because I want to get it right the first time. I want to write a breakthrough story. It's just that every time I start, I hit this dead end and give up. I want to say something that's new. I have this say something new, otherwise there's no point.
Tommy, join the club. Musicians, they want to write new music, right? Painters, new paintings. Poets, new poems. We're all trying to create something new. Same old colors, same old words, same old notes. But there's nothing new under the sun, Tom.
But there has to be.
There isn't. Okay. Yeah. Tom. Now, Earth has a theme. And all the artists in the world are merely bumping their heads upon it. The only thing an artist can do is to take something old and arrange it in a new way. Now, just
Oh, no, that's a good idea.
I've been teaching the board.
Dr. Estlin, ever since I was a kid, I knew this is what I was supposed to do, but I've never finished a story in my life. And it's starting to scare me. I feel like I'm trapped in this nightmare. I keep hitting snooze, exchanging what I could be for a few extra morsels of sleep.
Oh, morsels? That's very clever, Tom. You can sleep sound like a cookie.
I don't want to die waiting for the right time.
Well, Tom, you know what I always say.
No, I probably don't. It's been a little while since I've been to your class.
No, you know what I always say, Tom.
No, I don't. I skipped like 7 times.
No, Tom, you know what I always say.
Oh, please, enlighten me.
Tom, you know what I...
I'm all ears,
Tom,
Dr. Estlin!
you know what I always say.
Oh. You always say, you know what I always say.
Seriously, though, Tommy?
Well, it's not that easy.
Look what it is. The only hard part is telling yourself that it isn't hard. Tom, you are scared. You're scared you're going to ruin that pretty white piece of paper in front of you, but you've got to remember that paper is worth more with your rubbish on it than it is blank. It was made to be written on just as you were made to write on it. So let it out, Tom. No matter how bad it is.
Dr. Estlin, I don't want to write rubbish. I want to write something that's a masterpiece. I can't do that if I don't have inspiration.
Oh, inspiration. Are you kidding me? It's like toast. It pops up when least expected it. So be vigilant. Right. Always, so that when it does come, you will be ready to spread your butter and jam upon it. Boy.
Dr. Estlin,
Yes, Tom.
may I ask you a question?
I believe you just did.
Sorry, excuse me?
Well, when you ask the question, may I ask you a question? You are asking a question. So you would have to ask another question before that question. But of course, in this case, you would have to ask another question prior to asking a question about your question. So it really would be best if you just ask the question without asking permission to ask the question.
Dr. Estlin, all that I wanted to ask is if I could please have an extension on the short story assignments.
Does you ask? Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tom.
Dr. Estlin,
Yes, Tom, yes.
GPA depended on it. And in this case, well, it kind of did.
You're a mess, buddy.
Yeah, but like a hot mess though, right?
No, just a mess.
Take what I can get, I guess.
Should it all us to give you that extension?
Yeah? It's not like you got anything to show for it. I work on this thing all day and I still got nothing. Doesn't help that I can't stop thinking about her.
I tried to warn you, Tom. But this Molly girl's got you right where she wants you.
Margot. Her name is Margot, and quit blaming her. It's not her fault. She didn't lead me on. I did this to myself. I just never met anybody that was so beautiful and smart.
And why on earth would you find that attractive?
Oh, and you find good looks and wit repulsive?
Of course, that's a terrible combination.
You're an idiot. Tell me about a time you met a girl that was both beautiful and intelligent that you didn't fall head for.
I'll tell you about a time that I did. You see, it was September 17th, 2008. It was in my high school bio class. It was my lab partner. I thought a girl with beauty, intelligence, would be an asset. Double-edged sword. But don't you see? The two were never meant to go together. Here, listen. When you take a spoon and you mix it with a fork, you get the mediocre versatility of a spork. The most diabolic of all the eating instruments. Worse, dare I say, than chopsticks. Now, Tom, there's a reason why beauty and intelligence are usually mutually exclusive. And let me tell you that genetic theory has got nothing to do with it.
Enough already, Felix! If I don't finish this story by 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, I'm going to fail this class. I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm going to write about.
You could write about her.
Yeah, and what would the plot be? Tom, an aspiring writer at Snoozist, gets rejected by a type A girl from his creative writing class, and consequently writes a story about writing a story.
All right, that does sound pretty lame.
Actually, dude, that might work. Now, granted, it's been done before, but there's nothing new under the sun, is there? Where do I start, though? Where do I start?
Ask yourself, where you're going to end. That's your start.
Something else to my story. Okay, why do you think that Margot set me up on the blind date with this really nice girl? Why didn't she set me up on the blind date?
Because the only way you'd enjoy it is if your vision was impaired.
No, she was trying to tell me something. She said so herself. She said she believes in the one, but she doesn't believe that she can find him.
There's no such thing as the one.
She ordered my arm. Tell me I should go on a blind date with this really nice girl.
Translation, really ugly girl.
What if this is her number? What if this is it? What if this is Margot?
What?
Well, it makes sense, doesn't it? I think she's been leaving me clues. It's a test. She wants me to discover her.
Wait, you don't seriously believe she's that sadistic, do you?
set up the date. And you would not believe what happened next. So here I was at this little bistro on Main Street, waiting for my mystery woman to walk through the door. When who should enter in but Ms. Margot herself. And like a scene out of a movie, we locked eyes, ran into each other's arms, and passionately, okay, confession. None of that actually happened. Turns out the number belonged to a Miss Becky Morris, a rather homely girl, but heart of gold. Turns out it couldn't work out. See, that's how I wanted things to happen. But life isn't about what you want. It's about discovering. Like I said, I discovered that some stories have endings of their own. So every time my alarm goes off, I think to myself, wow, previous self, you overzealous little prick. What were you thinking setting your alarm for 6:30? Do you get off having delusions of grandeur, thinking you could actually rise at such an ungodly hour? Yeah, typical chit-chat in the past tense. Then I get out of bed. I gotta stay awake finish. And you die. Hey, Felix. What are you doing up so early? I thought that you were going to sleep in this morning.
It's not morning.
What do you mean it's not morning? It's still dark outside.
I think you're confusing twilight for dawn. You must have set your alarm for 6:30 p.m. Oh, bummer, man.
Damn you, AM, PM button! Hi, my name's Tom Crow. I'm an aspiring writer.